Yeah, I guess I should probably, before we do that, tell you a little bit about the way that I'm personally investing in these domains, because it'll give you a good background of kind of where we're at with the results so far. So I've built out 5 websites on expired domains recently. The first one was back in February, and then the rest have been in May and June, so a bit more recent. And the whole plan is to build out another 5. So I have 10 expired domains. And then from there, I seed them with content between 100 and 150,000 words of content. And I just leave them sit, and I wait to see how they react, how they come back in Google. And then the whole plan is to sell the 5 that are essentially doing the worst at the 12-month point for break even, hopefully a small profit, and then to double down and reinvest in more content and link building, active link building on the 5 which are the 5 clear winners essentially. And the whole reason behind this is expired domains come with a certain amount of risk. As you know, we can line up all of those metrics initially and make sure everything is right. But I mean, it's still more riskier than essentially building on a fresh domain because you've got that history there. So by spreading out the risk across a larger portfolio, I've kind of hedged my bets a little bit. I've got the resources, thankfully, to seed these 10 sites with this kind of content. But it also works with smaller portfolios. We've got a couple of clients who are doing this with 2 or 3 expired domains, and we're building 2 of them, for example, and then they'll double down on the one which shows the most promise after 6 to 12 months. So that's kind of where I'm at. I've built 5, and I'll be doubling down. I'm planning to build another 5, and I'll be doubling down on the 5 winners. So in terms of results, I wish I'd pulled this up before the call, but maybe I can send it to you afterwards and you can add it to the notes. But site 1, which was started in February, was actually the slowest of the sites to gain any traction. So I didn't really see any revenue for the first 2 months there, but this month it looks like it's going to break about $150. So that site is 7 months old. But that was one of the, I guess it's the slowest of the 5 to actually take off. And then site 2, which was started in May, was one of the quickest. In its first month, it earned $45, and this month it's on track to do about $150 as well. So that was obviously a lot quicker. And then the other 3, 2 of them were started in May and one of them was started in June, and they'll do around $15, $20 each this month. So just in that starting growth stage. What I have seen and what I expect, kind of reverse engineering other people who have built on expired domains, is there seems to be this very slow and steady starting pace for the first 6 to 8 months. And then there's that hockey stick growth from month 8 to month 12 typically seems to be around the sweet spot. So, I mean, I've got one of the sites is coming into that period now, and I can definitely see, I mean, I update this in my Domain Geeks newsletter every week, but for the last couple of weeks, that site has seen like 15-20% week on week growth traffic wise. So it's definitely kind of hitting that upward phase. What I haven't done is any active link building on these sites yet, because obviously I'm investing in 5 and it's a lot of money to put into these. But we have worked with clients and one client in particular, which has had great results, where we built an expired domain in February for them, similar sort of time. It was on a very weak expired domain, actually. I mean, it was literally like 20 referring domains. It was a domain that he had himself. We added 100,000 words of content initially, and then we added another 50,000 words after that and finished. So it's 150,000 words. And then he took out our biggest link building package, which is based on the shotgun skyscraper method. And that site is due to do, I think he said, around $500 this month. So it's much quicker with the link building, but obviously there's a much higher capital investment there.
Interesting. And with the 100 to 150,000 words, how many posts is that for people that, they're just unsure?
Yeah, our best of posts. So it's a mixture of 3 different types of posts. So we do best ofs, single product reviews, or product A versus product B type, and informational. And our best ofs are around 2,500 words. We like to do long form content where the buyer's guides have an introduction, typically 5 individual products, then an in-depth buyer's guide and an FAQ section. And we take the questions from places like Answer the Public, and also ask to make sure that they're questions that people are actually searching for rather than ones we just made up. And then the single product reviews tend to be around 1,500 words, and the informational pieces between 1,000 and 1,300. So it really depends on the split. But typically these days we're tending to do around 70% commercial content and 30% informational content.
Okay. Very cool. And when you publish the content, do you just publish it all en masse or as quickly as you can, basically?
Yeah, this is a question we get asked a lot. Actually, is should I schedule things or should I just post them? And we find it's best to just post it as quickly as you can. The quicker you get it into Google and indexed and gain traction, the quicker it becomes. I guess if you're just going to build a site and then leave it and not work on it forever, I don't know if that maybe is not the right idea. In some niches, I know Google freshness is a factor of how often posts are added or updated. So if you're in a niche like that, then it may be best to schedule things. But the majority of the time, it's best to just push it out as quickly as you can. We launch these sites typically with 100,000 words on them. Like day one, we've built them on a staging area. We put them on the right domain, and then we just go live with 100, 150,000 words.
Perfect. Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's much of a reason to hold off and schedule it. Just publish the content. Hopefully you'll publish more in the future, but it's not like a YouTube channel or a podcast where people want to see a regular schedule. People don't really care. They just hit your site for a few minutes, get information, and they go away.